Just before we immerse you in the mayhem of Mumbai's rush hour, let's get our bearings. Mumbai is on the west coast of India, built on a peninsula of land surrounded by the Indian Ocean. The Chhatrapati Shivaji terminus is right at the southern tip of the city.
The station was opened in 1887. It was built by the British. India, of course, back then was part of the British Empire. And the reason it was built here, quite simply, was because Mumbai was and still is a major port. If you were coming to India from Britain, you'd arrive, chances are, right here. And that's why the first passenger carrying lines in India are these ones just over here. People would continue their journey into the Indian interior by train. And it's being at the centre of that rail network, being so connected to the rest of India and the world, that turned Mumbai into an economic powerhouse, which it remains to this day. It's a remarkable city.
This is India's City of Dreams. Its financial capital, home to billionaires and a magnet for ambitious Indians hoping to make their fortunes. Everyone here is trying to get ahead, which means it's busy, hot, and extremely competitive.
A century ago, there were 1 million people living here. Now, there's over 17 million. That's much, much bigger than the population of London, crammed into a space a third of the size. All that means that personal space here is really a premium.
Property prices rival those of Manhattan. But the 55% of the population who can't afford this city's sky-high prices call these illegal slums home.
There are extremes of wealth and poverty here. There's also a huge number of people in the middle. Office workers, teachers, professionals, all of them rely on this mega city to support themselves and their families.
And there's just one way for most of these middle classes to get to and from work: the crowded suburban trains. More than 2.5 billion journeys are made on them every year. They are the essential lifelines of Mumbai. Without them, this pulsating city and all the wealth it creates.
This is the suburban concourse. This is the beating heart, the terminus of the world's busiest commuter rail network. There are 7 platforms here, and at present, lots of them have got trains on. Tens of thousands of people are pouring through this station all the time. It is 10 to 10 in the morning. It's already absolutely sweltering in this station, but these people don't mind. They've got places to be. They are flowing out here through the exit there into the downtown business district of Mumbai. These are the foot soldiers of Mumbai's economic miracle. They got places to be, like commuters all around the world, and they don't let anything stop them. We've got a train coming in here, actually. Let's have a look at this. You'll see overhead electric cables. So they're not steam-powered, as lots of people still think Indian trains are. But notice here, people are hanging out of the doors. There aren't any doors on these trains. Well, actually, there are doors, but they never ever get closed. And look at this, as the train starts to slow down, what's going to happen is people are going to jump off. Look at those guys, they're jumping off a moving train. So that allows people to get on and off these trains very efficiently, very quickly. Quite dangerously, really. But this is a ladies' carriage. So here on this network, men and women travel separately. So here are all the ladies coming, and beyond them, a great tidal wave, a torrent of men heading down this platform like a surging river in flood. It's quite intimidating, really. And the doors, no doors is one way. They manage to get so many people in and out of this station. You don't have to wait for the doors to beep and open like you do in the UK. But what also allows people to get in and out of this station is the fact there are no ticket barriers on the end of this platform, no bottlenecks. So people just come piling out of these trains, charging down the platform and straight out through that exit, ready to get on with their day's work. Now, as you can see, it's quite intimidating being in the heart of rush hour, particularly going the wrong way. I'm getting jostled here, pushed out the way. But Robert, Anita and I wanted to experience exactly what it was like to ride these trains, to experience the super dense crush load. And we did so for ourselves at the height of a Mumbai rush hour.
It's just before 9 a.m. and across Mumbai's 116 stations, 5.5 million commuters are catching the train to work. What have we let ourselves in for? Right, here we go. I'm going in.
Come on, Anisi. You can get the tube, you can get a Mumbai railway.
We're right to be anxious. These are the most densely packed trains in the world. Inside, as many as 14 people can be crammed into a single square metre, the same size as a phone box. Conditions are so bad, they have a special phrase to describe it. This is super dense crush load.
To see just how tough it is for Mumbai's commuters, we're travelling on different lines. Dan and I are on the Harbour line.
And I'm on the Central line.
Quite nervous about this.
We're all used to commuting in the UK, but this is going to be more like a contact sport. Just reaching the platforms is a challenge.
I'm swimming against the stream.
Got no choice where I'm going, just being swept along.
This isn't going to be like any commuting experience we've ever had. It's not just the crush on the trains that's coming as a shock. Commuters think nothing of crossing the tracks to move between platforms. Although it's illegal, it's so widespread that the authorities can't do much about it. Nine people are killed on Mumbai's suburban network every day. Most are run over on the tracks, but commuters also regularly fall from the trains. And these risks are constantly in your face.
I'm worried for your safety. I'm worried for your safety.
Whoa, now that is aggressive. Oh my God, the train's moving. Right, I'm gonna get my train.
How hard can this be?
Here we go, this is the scramble now. Hasn't stopped yet, they're getting off already.
Commuters only have 15 to 35 seconds while the train stops to get on or off.
Oh.
It's terrifying to watch.
And genuinely physically intimidating, even for someone my size.
It's a fight! What is happening? I have never seen this many people get on the train in my life! Oh, I'm not getting involved in this. I'm not getting involved. Good luck, good luck! Good luck, good luck!
Don't fancy that.
It looks really frightening and violent, and yet everyone's grinning. They're all grinning away. And I mean, that was just a huge bun fight to get on and off that train, isn't it? Everybody seems fine now.
At this time of day, each of these trains is carrying close to 5,000 people. It won't get quieter until after 11 o'clock. So, it's now or never.
I think we're gonna do this one, come on. Yes. There we go. I'm literally not on my feet. I'm lying back on these people. I don't think I've been pressed up against this many men since Ladies' Night at the Hammersmith Palais back in the 90s. Should be playing Come On Eileen.
Dan may have muscled his way on, but in the ladies' carriage, I'm hoping it's more about strategy.
What advice would you give me to get on a train?
You have to push it finally.
Push?
Yeah.
Final
Yes,
push?
Yeah.
It's a push. Drastic
Because
push.
without that, you are not going to get it in the train.
Okay,
Yeah.
a drastic push, otherwise I will die. Okay,
No, no,
that sounds
Dan
terrifying.
just say-
Right, I'm getting on the next train. I'm getting on the next train. Here we go.
No, it's becoming...
Okay, I'm missing.
You have to be in a queue like
Okay, I'm in a queue.
that.
I'm in a queue. I think women at the back are pushing women onto the train.
Male, female, old, young, there's just one rule. Push or be pushed.
Time for me and Anita to man up and do this.
I'm going to get on this one. This is the one.
The next one, I'm getting on.
If it's not difficult enough already, we've got to get our camera operators on board to record the experience too.
Stick with me. Ow, ow! Oh.
All right, I'm getting on. Let's go. We're getting on. We're getting on. Quick, chalo, chalo. I'm on. We made it. I made the train.
I think the one thing I'm not worried about is falling over. I'm not going to fall over.
The temperature's pushing 40 degrees, and we're travelling at 35 kilometres an hour. It's a full-on assault on the senses. Fresh air is a precious commodity.
Beginning to understand the rules now. Part of the reason there's such a massive scrum is because people are trying to get on, but they're trying to stand near the door. And I can see why.
All the lights suddenly went off, but the fan is still working, and that's the important thing. I don't need light, but the air is a blessing, believe me. That fan blowing down is fantastic.
Apparently, it's not as crowded as it normally is. That's why I had it easy. That didn't seem easy. That wasn't easy.
Hard to believe, but since I got on, it's